Hey guys, this is The Witcher, and today I'm going to be showing you some Oolacile PvP, and I'm introducing, I don't know how long the series will be, but it's called Too Cool for Oolacile, because every time I come here, I get a lot of point downs, I get gankers, I get dark bead spammers. Not saying that black magic is, well, a fault in your playstyle, but it doesn't require a lot of skill, and you'll see here I get some point downs, I get some indictments. People are not sharing the love here, people are not as happy to see me when I get a win. People are really resentful, which I don't always like. But I hope you guys enjoy this series, and please enjoy. So we're starting off here with the guy running a Silver Knight. Well, almost a Silver Knight cosplay. He's rocking that katana. I gotta watch out because those katanas have that fast recovery rate. They've got the bleed. They've got everything going for them. Katanas are really a useful weapon, and there really isn't a whole lot of punishment if you miss. And he's rocking that Great Chaos Fireball, and I get hit by the ghost range there. That happens a lot with the Great Chaos Fireball. I gotta watch out. So, to let you guys know, I think coming up here soon, I don't know if it will be this week, but probably next week, I should have a lot more content. I'm looking to increase the volume of my content drastically, and I think I'll even have some videos with other YouTubers. I think hopefully we'll have some with Warchild, and a few other surprises are on the way. And I really hope that you guys will continue to watch and subscribe. So in this video I decided I would try and mix it up with the weapons. I do use my favorite gargoyle halberd quite often. I switched to the regular halberd, the gargoyle tail axe, and the Balder side sword. Along with at the end I get a dagger out, which is a really interesting and exciting fight. So that was a pretty good fight. At the end there, he was definitely turtling a bunch, but I really don't have anything against that in general. Some people like their defensive playstyles. Sometimes it's irritating, but you can chip away at him. So we've got our next invasion. So this guy's rocking the dark sword, it looks like, and some thorns armor. So I think, as far as that thorns armor goes, there's going to be no roll BS's on my part because they will be cancelled out, but I don't really roll BS. I'm not the kind of dude that likes to BS a bunch. I do tend to BS people who like to cast dark magic, but that's just punishing the castings. So we're coming up here. I'm trying to get the toxic on him. I can't get the toxic on him. I don't know what's up. He must have a lot of toxic or poison resist on him. He pulls out the dark magic there, and I'm like, well, I suppose I should have seen that coming. I am an Oolacile. He's rocking that pine resin on his dark sword, getting all fancy there, and I get him up there in a stun lock. This guy's got a lot of health. He's rocking a lot of health. He's probably rocking minimum intelligence for that dark bead. That's why I didn't hurt as much as sometimes. He hits me with that dark bead. Tried to get my weapon up, but it would have broke my guard anyway, so I pull out the combustion since he pulls out the castings. I get him with one of them. The other one hits him a little bit, but not as much, so I get out here and I start poking with the S-Stock. A lot of people actually underestimate the S-Stock. He goes up there, tries to cast, and it doesn't work for him. Either he had the wrong spell equip, or he ran out of dark beads. So, I do really like using the S-Stock in my offhand. It's definitely a useful item. You can poke, it does pretty comparable damage. Not everyone expects it. The only thing I do have to complain about the S-Stock is the really crappy parry window. I prefer katana parry windows. It's a lot better. I'm better with the katana. The animation is pretty short-lived on a S-Stock, but you know how it is. And I got tighted up there with that dark magic. He came up there and spammed those dark beads. I congratulate you, sir. And I just got a message from Swankus Wharf. Guy's a subscriber. I get a couple fights against him. We were trying to actually set up some fights here, but I only think I fight him twice, maybe 3 times, which was kind of unfortunate. So we're coming up in here with the Demon Great Axe. And actually, I saw a lot of this. I think there's a guy later with Dark Moon Blade on one even. So I got a lot of strength builds, and he looks like he's fat rolling even. He's rocking that Sanctus, and he's just parry spamming there, and he didn't get the parry. Sorry if I don't sound as enthusiastic today, guys. I don't know, I've just had some issues uploading this video. The first time I made this video, the audio is all messed up because of my microphone, and it made me sound really far away, so I've got to re-commentate this and re-edit it. But I'm going to try and stay chipper, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So we're getting on to the next invasion here. I think I actually summoned Swankus Dwarf here, and this is our first fight together. and I actually really enjoyed fighting this guy. Shout out to you, man, Swankus4. Check him out. Add him on Xbox Live. Have a couple matches with him. It was actually really fun fighting him. So I'm still using my Gargoyle Halberd here. I do start getting a little looser later, changing out my weapons, because these were my first matches of the day, so I was just trying to use a weapon I'm comfortable with, and then I try and switch it up later. And when I do that, it doesn't always work for me, but I definitely show, I'm pretty sure I show all of my losses. I don't cut any of the losses in this part. So this is just one session. I show all the losses and all the wins. So I get up there and I poke him with that S-Stock. People underestimate that, but I actually get him with it. I tried to Toxic him at the beginning, but he's rocking that Blood Shield, so I'm most definitely not going to get the Toxic on him, because that, I think it's a 50% increase or 50 points of resistances on all fronts. So he's coming up here with the Manserpent Greatsword and the Hand Axe. So this guy looks like Swank is rocking a strength build, so he'll be doing a heavy amount of damage. He's trying some unlocked play there, but it's not really working for him, and I tighten him up with the stun lock and kill him. But it is admirable of you, sir, to use low poise. So here, this guy's using the halberd, and I'm like, well, I could use the claymore, but why don't we have some fun? Halberd versus halberd. Let's see who's got better halberd skills, or at least better timing. So I go up for my my Gargoyle Halberd. He's rocking the Black Knight Halberd, which I really love as a starting weapon. You can get it from that Black Knight right in the beginning of the game if you've got enough drop rate. But you should, because you can have like 4 to 5 humanity on you when you start up, so it shouldn't be that difficult. It's like a 30% drop rate without extra actual item discovery, I'm pretty sure. And this guy's got a lot of health like me. It seems like he's got a ton of health. He is definitely hitting me harder with that Black Knight Halberd, because that thing is a monster. Like, the AR on it is ridiculous. It's over 500 at +5. You can really just wreck anyone with it. And he's bringing out those great Chaos Fireballs, and I go around to try and punish him for casting that with a backstab, but I miss it. I actually missed a couple backstabs on this guy. And me and him are just dancing, but I hit him every time he whiffs, because the whiff on that Black Knight Halberd is just incredible. I do love the Black Knight Halberd. My only complaint about the Black Knight Halberd is the R2s on it are pretty weak. They're jumping attacks, and you can really be backstabbed and punished for that. And good game, sir. I had fun. Really had to watch out for those Chaos Fireballs, because they've got some major ghosting range. So I think this is the first invasion with this guy. This guy was using the bow, which is really interesting, because you don't see a lot of people actually using the bow, but he really tries to incorporate it, and I decide that I'm not going to have it. I'm going to go up to him, and later I think I change my mind and I actually play like ranged with him a little bit. I get my daggers out, and this guy tries really hard to parry my Baldur's Side Sword. I switch it up to the Baldur's Side Sword here, get away from my halberd, get a little bit out of my comfort zone. I do like the Baldur's Sword because of the range, and the damage is pretty good, but I'm trying to get him with the right and the left poke so he can't parry me, because I don't know if he was comfortable with parrying, but I do not want to be caught off guard, so I'm using both the right and left-handed S-Stock and the Baldur's Side Sword. And good game, sir. I tightened them up with the stun lock. Good game, Fromo 4768. And I'm chugging my OJ there. Failed to create session. That's a shame. And this is the dude I was talking about. This is our Dark Moon Blade user. So he pops on his Dark Moon Blade on that Demon Great Axe, which I've got nothing against, but it seems a little bit like overkill. If I get a backstab from that thing, I am finished. Like, I'm just gonna get smacked. So I got my poison on him. Really isn't doing that much to him. He doesn't seem to care. He's got really high poise and physical defense, so I really can't poise tank this guy. I'm using the Baldur's Side Sword here, so I'm gonna try and just poke away at this guy. If this guy hits me, it's gonna hurt. Like, he's gonna hit me like a truck. Especially a backstab. Probably won't one-shot me, but it'll get pretty close. And he pulls out the Catalyst, and I'm like, are you kidding? Dark Moon Blade plus Dark Magic? And got nothing against that, but it seems a little bit like overkill. And I get up there and I poke him, punish him from casting those Dark Orbs. And I actually am impressed that I see someone using Dark Orbs, because everyone uses the Dark Beads. And the Dark Orbs are more punishable because of the longer cast time. I'm just really trying to stay on my toes here. I'm trying to dodge a lot, and I don't know what he's doing. He's not really blocking. Maybe he's trying to bait a parry from me, so that's why I'm not attacking very predictably. I'm just attacking him randomly. See? Yeah, he's trying to bait parry me. He was thinking maybe I'd poke again, but I didn't. Poise parry for the win. So he comes back here. I thought he was going to switch to the Dark Magic, but he changed his mind. He goes around, and he unlocks for a second, just messing around. That poison's still ticking on him. People don't expect it to do a lot of damage, but it helps. every little bit helps, especially since that guy has a lot of poise. And good game, sir. That Balder side sword. So this is another fight versus Swankus Wharf. He switches up the weapon from the Serpent Greatsword since it didn't work for him last time, it seems. I definitely respect that he's using a strength build. Strength builds are definitely harder to use. I do like strength builds though, they're definitely fun. I even have a strength build. I think I might show some gameplay at some point here of my strength build. And he's running around with that unlocked plane trying to catch me off guard, but I'm not having it. And he's being stun locked by an S-Stock in the left hand, so this guy's got to be running 0 poise or very little poise. I'm pretty sure the set he's wearing has 0 poise. He gets a partial parry there. He's rocking that broadsword, doing some blind parries that are not really working out for him. And I go ahead and poke him, and I stun lock him up. And he switches back off to the Great Demon Great Axe, and probably should have parried him, but I felt like since he was leaving himself open, I might as well just go ahead and poke away at him. And these are some good matches, man. I had fun fighting against you. It didn't seem to be luck was on your side this day, but I definitely had fun playing with you. And I wanted to show the footage because I said I would. He pulls out the bow there, trying to get some bow shots on me. Maybe he's trying to poison me. I'm not sure what he's doing, but my hit there actually hits his invincibility frame. And I get up there with that rolling R1 on the Balder side sword. Does a little less damage, I thought. I pull out my arrow there. It actually stun locks his running attack, which I thought was pretty hilarious. And I switch off to the bow here. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I pull out my power within. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was trying to be cheeky and maybe finish him with a Pyro Glove. I can't remember if I did actually finish him with the Pyro Glove, but I come up in here with my Pyro Glove. He's trying to parry me, which is a good idea because Pyro Gloves are really easy to parry. As you saw in my battles in the Berg, I got cocky and some dude parried me and almost killed me because I was spamming my Pyro Glove like a bamf. And I come up here and I punch him, and good game, sir. 2 damage. 2 damage for the win. I'm sorry this took me so long to put out. As I said, I had some mic issues, so hopefully this mic sounds better. I'm pretty sure it does. I did a little sound test, and I don't sound like I'm on the other side of the room when I'm talking, which is a blessing because I bought a headset. It's a nice headset, and the mic is actually worse than this other headset I have, which is not a very nice headset. Because I cannot actually find my really nice headset. I have I've got like a Razer Megalon. It's like this fancy ass microphone. And actually this $30 headset that I'm using right now works better than my $100 Afterglow headset. And here I need to talk about this, is I actually get a fight here with Too Spooky for You, and this guy is good. Like, he's definitely got that unlocked play down. He's getting me. I'm not really sure why that backstab didn't go off, but I definitely had some good fights with him. I really enjoyed fighting this guy. I'd like to fight him again because dang, he's got his play down. He actually dresses a lot like I suppose what I say, he dresses like Peeve, or maybe dresses like Spades. Yeah, he dresses like Spades, which is kind of interesting. And actually I think Spades was streaming at this time, and I tightened him up and finished him with the Combust. And I know you're gonna say, Scumbag Witcher, using that Combust as a finisher, but I wasn't actually playing for the win. I didn't exactly realize who he was until we talked after he sent me a message, and he was a little sad about my combustion use, but we made it all good. And I said if we fought again we would use no pyros, and he was like, alright, that's cool, man. And actually I got some messages from some people here. Actually, people were asking me, one guy actually even said he would help me get my YouTube channel out there, which is really great. One of the things I love about the Dark Souls community is how accepting you guys have been and how helpful. Like, random people even say, hey man, I'll help spread your channel, put the word out there, which I really respect. It's really awesome that people are this open and helpful. And I come in here, and this guy just casts his magic right away, gets that great, gets his great lightning spear out there, sunlight spear I suppose it's called, and he's just going ham. And I go ahead and backstab him. I'm not feeling too bad about this because he pulls out that dark magic and that sunlight spear right away. He's rocking that, probably the cleansing shield or the Artorias shield, so I probably should have pulled my shottle out here, but I did not pull my shottle out because I was so worried about him creaming me with some dark magic or something. And I go ahead and get the backstab on him because he's chugging that OJ. And I go ahead and I tighten him up with a couple great combustions. I almost bring him down. He's ninja flipping too. I'm managing to stunlock him. This guy's got a lot of health. He's probably got minimum intellect for that dark bead, but he's got at least 50 faith for the sunlight spear. And he keeps chugging, but I end up finishing him with a backstab. Good game, sir. Oh, wait, I didn't. I spoke too early. I finished him with a dead angle for 21 damage. And I point down there because I'm feeling a little salty. Not saying you're a bad player or anything, sir, but we don't need to be spreading the orange juice, and I get an indictment. And I thank you, sir, for that indictment, because it just helps me go up in the book of the guilty. So this is the dude with the bow again. Had some fun matches against him. And he's throwing some arrows at me, so I'm like, why not? I'll throw my poison knives at him, and we'll see what happens. We'll just play here for a little bit. And actually, I can't hit him on the stairs over here because they hit the stairs, but when we flip over, I can. It's kind of interesting, and our line of sight's really lined up well. So I go up there with the rolling R1, try and catch him. He pulls out his bandit dagger, so if I get riposted or riposte, there's a lot of different people saying different things. In Europe, they say riposte, and then if you are actually... Apparently the proper pronunciation is riposte, but there's so many different ways of saying it. And that's one of the things about Dark Souls. It's just a lot of different ways to say the different words. There is correct pronunciation, but I think whatever you're comfortable with, you should use. And Too Spooky for You, I think he had just sent me a message there when we were chatting back and forth. That's when we were chatting. And he does, I think he tries to do a roll backstab there, but it doesn't work out for him, and I stunlock him and finish him up, turn around and punish that roll BS attempt. Good game, sir. And I think this is another match. Either this is another match versus Swankus Wharf, or no, it's not. It's actually an invader. So let's see how this goes. He's rocking that Havel shield, so he's not having any of it. This guy's got a lot of poise, I can tell. Like, I think, is that the wolf ring? Yeah, he's rocking all that armor with the wolf ring. And I actually think I lose this one. I go around and backstab him because he's spamming that R1, and this dude has a pretty good chunk of health, and I decided to try and poise tank this guy, which was my mistake. It was my downfall. It's what killed me, and I'm trying to poise tank him with this Kimboss, thinking I can out damage him, but that Great Lord Greatsword is just cutting through me, just absolutely wrecking me. And I come up here and I want to try and get a backstab, and he gets me with the dead angle. Good game, sir. That poise. And I actually get an invasion here. I only had a couple invasions, but people didn't really like me in the evasions. I got some thumbs down, and that's part of why this series is called Too Cool for Oolacile, because people were not the most nice here, which I suppose you don't really have to be nice if you're being invaded, because it's your right to get that invader out of your world at any cost. This guy's got that ninja flip going with the fog ring. When I came in here, I saw him right away. I don't know if he's trying to clown people, get people to walk past him, but I saw him right away. I saw what he was doing. And I gave him a wave, friendly wave, saying, hey man, I see you, let's fight. I go ahead and I lock him up there with the sunlock because I want to punish that black firebomb. I use black firebombs myself, but if you don't have the poise to back it up, you shouldn't be throwing those at people. Good game. And I don't know if he indicted me or not, because I think I cut it. Oh no, I didn't cut it. He didn't indict me. Good game, sir. All the respect in the world to you. So we got another invasion coming up here. And I actually do like invading in Oolacile because the invasions are really fast. In the Berg, they're relatively fast, you know, but there is some delay in between them. But in the Berg, here in the township, there is a lot more activity, actually, I feel. And part of the reason I went to the township is sometimes before I record at night, I look at the streams and see where people are streaming. And usually where people are streaming, the viewers follow, so I can get good fights. And I think actually Spades was near here. I think he was here when I started here, and then he moved on to the forest. So that's, I think, part of the reason why I got a bunch of invasions. And this dude, he decides to pull out this fog. And at the beginning, it kind of deterred me, like, some psychological effect there on making me not want to go through it, using it as a smoke screen so he can hit me with arrows. But near the end, I think I'm just like, screw it, I'm going to go through and finish him. And he's just flipping around here, shooting me with those arrows, and it's kind of irritating me, actually. I don't know if this is a bow-only build or what. I'm not sure what he was doing. Or maybe he's just trying to play with me, trying to get me poisoned. I'm rocking the regular halberd here. As you can see, I'm switching the weapons up. I'm trying to, and I don't even care about the poison. I'm just going for it, and I come in here and I stun lock him, and he pulls out his dagger, but that doesn't help him. But I don't switch up the weapons as much as I probably should have. In this video, I used the gargoyle halberd, the regular halberd, the Balder side sword, and the gargoyle tail axe. And maybe I used the I think I used the bandit knife at the end, which was pretty funny. That's one of my best invasions. So we come up in here and we get a giant daddy, or I suppose you could even call him the legend. I don't know if he's ninja flipping because they're real legend ninja flips. And I go up there and I poke him with that S-stock. I'm just kind of harassing him because he's got a lot of health like me. The difference between me and him is A, I don't have a ton of physical defense like him, and B, I limit myself by trying to have it only 56 poise, so it's still possible for me to be stun locked if I'm not careful. So I'm trying to really stay on my toes with this guy. That's a Zweihander. Hurts like a truck. I'm pretty sure it's chaos because I'm pretty sure when he hit me, it actually engulfs me in flame, yeah. And I toggle out of that. Like, as you can see, my toggles aren't perfect, guys. Like, I'm not a toggle master, but when I need to toggle, I go ahead and I toggle. And he pulls out the black flame there. I managed to avoid it, and I'm picking away at him. His Zweihander is a little slower than my halberd, and I'm actually making contact. So that's another reason why I'm actually being able to pick him off, because when he whiffs bad. So I just poke him right after the whiff. And he's doing a lot of rolling R1s, and I'm seeing that coming. I'm basically rolling or dodging every time I see him do a roll because I know he's going to try and poke me and get that range. Ghost range on that Zweihander is pretty incredible. Good game, sir. Goodbye, Big Daddy. And actually, I don't have anything against, like, I suppose, what would you call them? Family builds? You can call them big, giant daddies, giant mommies, giant children, whatever you want to call them. I got nothing against them. So, this is the first fight where I pull out the Gargoyle Tail Axe. I'm actually going a little bit out of my range here, going a little crazy. And I'm pretty sure in this invasion, it does not work out for me. I'm pretty sure I get flattened. So in this one, I try and pull out the black fire bombs because usually I've been running those dung pies with those poison knives. And this guy's rocking the fog ring, so it's going to be a little harder to target him, see what he's doing. He actually gets me with a pyro glove at one point because I can't actually see as well because of the fog ring. And the fog ring works in some ways. Like, it doesn't make you invisible, but it can certainly hide some of the things you're doing. Like, one useful thing for it is if you're going to pull out a Wrath of God and you have the fog ring, people can't always see a little talisman in your hand when you have a fog ring on, so that's one useful tip. Also, another thing I recommend is if you guys are trying to use Wrath of God or something and surprise someone with it, what I recommend doing is pulling out your talisman in your left hand and then two-handing your weapon, so then the talisman will just be on your back. And you can switch to it, and most people won't recognize that, so you can actually be two-handing your weapon and all of a sudden turn around from dead angle with the Wrath of God. I actually have a Strength Faith build, which I like a lot. Most people go for Dex Faith, Dex Intellect builds, but really, I don't like to use castings very much. I like the melee, I like the fighting, so I don't go for the Dex for the extra casting speed. And actually, I really believe that the Strength combo is better, in my opinion. I just like the extra damage. I like how hard it hits. Nothing against Strength. I mean, Dex builds, Dex hybrid builds, but it's just my personal opinion. And yeah, you saw there, he got me with that black flame. I didn't even see the pyro glove in his hand, and I managed to dodge the black firebomb, and he gets me to the side with that hit. Didn't actually even look like it hit me, and I get a point down. Sir, I didn't need a point down. That was a good fight. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I didn't chug or anything, so I don't see what the issue is. So we get an invasion here from Lordran Saint. And he goes ahead and he pulls up that dagger, those poison daggers right away. He's not looking too friendly. So we sit here, and we exchange for a little while, but I'm pretty sure I'm toxicating him faster than he can poison me, and I actually toxic him there. And I don't know what he was doing when that bastard sword hit, but he tried. And he's not blocking here, he's just kind of standing there, and he lets me just chug away at him, and he gets a kick on me, actually, which is smart, considering I'm two-handing my weapon. And I clip him with the R2. The R2 and the Swift is really both comical and fun, because the tail bends, and it's awesome. This guy disconnects, I'm pretty sure. Either he dashboards because he's salty, maybe he legitimately disconnected, I don't know, but he just stands here with either the red tier stone or the blue tier stone, and he just disconnects, and I'm a little sad. And I point down, not to say that he's a bad player, but to be disappointed that he disconnected. I'm real sad. And we got a blue invader, Sephraf D-Bridge, and he actually pulls out the Tranquil Walk piece, and I'm like, oh god, are you kidding, Tranquil Walk piece? So I'm trying to keep my distance. He bows to me, and I don't know if he purposely let the Tranquil Walk off, like wear off or what, but he's rocking, it looks like a Notorious Greatsword, which is an interesting weapon. I'm not a big fan of the moveset. We're actually on the second to last clip here, and I'm pretty sure I beat this guy. I'm rocking the Bastard Sword. I like the Claymore. but I do not like the stab attack. A lot of people like the stab attack, but I'm not a big fan of it because I feel like if I miss with it, someone will just run around and backstab me. Because when I was fighting people with the claymore, I would miss with that R2 poke, and people would just backstab me. So I like the bastard sword, because if you use that R2, you can dead angle whip around and punish them for trying to backstab you. And it looks like we're both rocking them great swords, but I managed to finish him off with my bastard sword. Bastard sword versus Artorias sword. Well, I guess the bastard sword won. And really the only difference between the claymore and the bastard sword is A, the R2s are different, and B, there's a tiny bit more damage on the bastard sword. But it's negligible in the long run. So this invasion, I really just mess around. I pull my Uchi out in my left hand, and I get my dagger, and I'm a scumbag. I'm using backstabs, but when I'm using a dagger, I don't exactly have pristine freaking melee damage, so I kind of have to go for backstabs. And this was actually a really interesting fight. I'm trying to parry there, and I got a partial there. I thought that should have been a backstab. A couple of those should have been backstabs, but I guess Dark Souls doesn't want it. And he pulls out the Wrath of God, and I'm really feeling worried here. He's got Wrath of God with that Dex weapon and Ninja Flip. It's definitely a deadly comp. And he goes ahead and he hits me, and I'm really low health, and I'm pulling out this combustion, so I'm freaking out here a little bit. Sorry if my voice is getting a little hoarse here. I'm sorry about that. I don't have any water next to me, so I'm not taking any drinks. But he goes ahead and gets those Wrath of Gods. I'm a little worried. I run up and I backstab him for the win with probably 1 to 2% health. And good game, sir. I had fun. I got excited during that one. That one was a lot of fun. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Rate, comment, subscribe. This is Witcher out. Please subscribe. It helps me more than you.